file. Please. Yes, Faisal, it has started streaming. So let's see if I can get everything adjusted properly. Give us a few more minutes to set it up. It's quite a mess. Okay, let's see if it has started rolling. And let's see if I can get you working. Okay, not a problem at the moment. Set it up. It's quite a mess. Okay, let's see if it has started rolling. And let's see if I can. Need to fix up a few things before I can get the ball rolling still. And let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close and call you back again. It's not catching you at the moment. Okay? Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you.
I can hear you. Sorry.
Okay, so now I can hear you. Okay, I'm going to close Skype again and call you back. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Wonderful. And you can then uh, cancel this. I'm going to stop this and then call you back. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
You can. Okay, let's see if I can this time. That's Skype. Skype 2 has shown, but the main Skype is not shown here. Wow. Okay, this is the problem. And
Can it work just with my audio?
no, hold on, because with the, whether it is the audio or anything else, I'm not getting you here in the picture. And I don't know why. Okay, let me see. You should be coming here. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do. window capture, and let's call it SK2. Okay, now it's captures right in here. When I'm trying to catch Skype, something else is popping up here. See, why would
I
that
see.
be in Skype? Yes. See, this should not be picking it up in Skype, but it is picking it up in Skype. Hold on. Why is it picking it up? Let me close this. Exit the program. Let's see. It's picking up Outlook. It's picking up everything else except Skype. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Now, see, it's picking up everything except Skype. Okay. I think so I'm struggling so badly that I am. Let's take, because this is not going anywhere because half of the things are not working at all. And let me share that with the audience, and maybe we'll have to postpone it for 6 people are watching here. Yeah. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is, let me see if I can come on here. Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Manoj Atri, and I think so. We are struggling very, very badly with the glitches. It's everything. We can hear you now. Appreciate Mitra Manoj Kumar. And I'm not able to get even the expert on Skype. I don't know what exactly went over with a huge glitch. So we might have to postpone it for next time. And we uh, we hear you now. Okay, okay. Let's. If they hear me now, let's give it one more try before we go bad again. And let's see if we can give it one more try so that I can get you on board. Okay, it's not even. Okay, so that's not there. Window capture is there, and then there is a second window capture that I just did, and I am going to. Okay, window capture. Let's see if I can get window capture. Yes, window capture. Skype escape 2 and click OK. Let's say suppose, and now let's see if I can get the Skype window. Wow, no, it's not picking it up completely further. See, it's picking up everything except picking Skype. You get my point?
Yeah.
You can see the screen. Here your stuff should come, but it is not coming at all. And no idea why it is not picking up Skype. And uh, okay, let's give it one more try. I'll give Skype a complete close and then call you back again. Okay, just last try, and if it doesn't go, then it doesn't
Okay.
go. Okay, let me open up Skype one more time, and I'm going to try select call. Let's see if yes, Faisal. Okay,
Yes.
let's share the screen as usual, and you can see my screen now.
Yep.
Okay, let's get finally. Ah,
It
what?
worked.
Yeah, see that is what it is. What's the mess with it is sometimes you are able to completely mess it up. Okay, now I have to. Okay, let's see. Uh, okay, now there are too many windows. I have to close a few. Okay, let's see. I'll close this one. That one is gone. Let's see. Two is gone. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Finally, we have it here, sir. Faisal, let's get you on hold. Are you there now? I'm going
Yes.
to get you. Yes, Faisal, go ahead. You are live. Finally. Okay. I think so. This one is again frozen. Okay, give me another moment. Let me see if I can get this one working. Okay, let's see if I can get this one. Okay, this is the window capture, and I'm going to go again here, and I'm going to get you to be on this one. Okay, let's see. Give it a cancel. Give me 1 second. Let me get you out of this one. Yes. Let me this one out. Yes. Okay. Now we have it. Okay. Now, Faisal, can you imagine simple things which work every day can become less of a project? Okay. No, Faisal, it is not there, but uh, this is like a major glitch here. Okay. Prefer Facebook Live. Should is better and easier to ask questions and get immediate answer. Oh, okay. I think so. Yeah, we will answer you loud and clear, just like a helicopter, right? Okay. Prefer Facebook Live. Okay. Should is sound is better and easier to ask questions and get immediate answers. Okay. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm just struggling to get the expert on board. I'll close and call you again 1 second more. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Faisal. Okay. Now let's give it one more try here, and let's see where we are struggling. And in case if we can get you on the, yeah, you are there now. Okay, let's see if it captures you in this particular one. Can you wave finally? Okay, so it is again. Look, I think this is like there is something which has maybe like taken a shot that no, this is completely frozen. This particular window is completely not captured at all. Window capture, and let's see the properties of this one. Yeah, it is catching you, but it freezes. Once it captures you, it freezes.
I see.
That is the see. Can you see yourself?
Yes.
But it is frozen. Okay, let's see. By in between, I'll keep on trying. Let's see if we can get started. Okay. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are seeing what do I need to start next to rent to own. Okay. We are going to walk you through. Uh, the best is just email me, and I'll give you a phone call, and I understand your situation, and I will guide you accordingly. And the main things that we are trying to do in rent to own is three things are there. I'll give you a brief synopsis, see if we can guide you. Whether you're buying or doing rent to own, there are three components. Two of them are same and one is different. The two which are same is that the income component is the same, the down payment component is the same, and you are fixing your credit and in order to procure a mortgage. So the time frame within which you're trying to fix your mortgage, you can do the rent to own term, and that is what it is. So, and then in a particular situation, once I understand your particular situation, I will be able to walk you through more clearly on that particular aspect. Faisal, go ahead, sir, if you need to add anything to it.
No. It's pretty straightforward. Um, on what you said. It's yeah, you can do rent to own, where there is no income speculation, there is no down payment speculation. The factor that really makes a difference is your credit.
Yes. Okay. And and these can the main thing here is when you give me a call, I will understand your situation exactly and guide you which is a better alternative for you. So that is why just it will be better just email me or call me up, and I will take it over from there. Okay, so I hope Ibtisam Noor got his answer. Okay, now Faisal, we are still struggling with your live format here. So I don't think so I'll be able to fix it up because it's completely frozen. So maybe sometimes you know like there is a particular shot which gets frozen, and maybe you have to then restart and reboot, and by the time we will have to reset it up. I don't think so. We're already 40 minutes down into this particular time, and you have to also go in another 20 minutes. Okay, I'll try to go with the article today and see if it makes any sense today. And we'll try to cover the article as much as possible and then take it from there. What do you have to say on that particular front, Faisal? Faisal, are you there? You are mute.
Sorry.
Not a problem.
Um, yeah, sure. We have time.
Let's try to cover for half an hour, and we'll try to see how much we can address this particular uh, article, and we take it from there. Okay,
Okay.
let's go to the article there, and you have your voice in the background, so we'll keep on working with that. And Faisal, this is an article by 15 Tips for Buying Your First Rental Property by Tim Parker. and the web address is from Investopedia, and it was updated in March 16th of 2021. Consider the risk and rewards of owning an investment property. Nowadays, the reason I picked up this particular article is lots of people, we are all uh, basically trying to procure a property and the prices are very high, and we are trying to have a rental component to it. So that is the reason I picked it up. 15 tips for buying your first rental property. And the main thing here is, so that could be your first property where you are having a portion as a rental, and also a newer property where you are perfectly going over for complete investment as such. Do you want to add anything to that, Fadil? Go ahead.
No, it's see that's where property values are, where a portion being a rental is quite attractive, and of course that comes with its own challenges. However, that is one of the factor that does attract um, a certain type of investor.
Okay. Now, Faisal, let me ask you a simple question here. So, like, someone is trying to, they own a particular property and they have enough equity, because that's what we are seeing the trend in this particular last few months,
Mhm.
that they are now going in over for a second property and they are trying to do it a complete rental. Can that work?
Yes, it can.
Okay, so walk me through what exactly, like, how should you be looking at it? Because how will they qualify on that?
So the first question that comes to mind is they have a property, they have a mortgage, I'm expecting credit is good. Now they want to buy another property. Will they have a down payment on their own,
Okay,
or the down payment comes from the equity of their current property? That's where it makes a big difference.
okay.
First step.
Again, go slowly. So a down payment comes on their own so that they have extra cash, or it's coming out from the equity. Yeah?
Yes,
Okay,
that makes a difference because if it comes out from the equity, numbers change.
okay.
If it's not coming out of the equity, then you're working with the numbers that are in place already and have been in place for 2 years, 3 years, whatever the number of years it is.
So you're taking basically money out from the equity, is that right?
Yes, but there are two types of, there's two types of client. One that says, oh, I have under 50,000 saved, I want to buy another property.
Mhm.
Or there are clients that will say, well, I don't have cash, but I have equity and I want to take money out of that equity for down payment.
Okay.
So
And I mean, it can work.
it can work. You just have to work from the angle where if the client has down payment, then we have to work with the existing numbers. If
Okay,
the client does not have down payment and it has to come out of equity, then we have to work on the new numbers that will include the equity.
okay. Let's pick up some part of this article and let's see what are different. Are you cut out to be a landlord? Yes, this is very very the first. Faisal, let me pick up the first number tip that they have is, uh, are you cut out to be a landlord? And this is extremely important, guys. And in order to you have you done it, and if you have not done it, it is not that you cannot learn it, but try to work with a few of those people who have already done it. And you can also sit down with us and we will give you the whole 9 yards. Faisal, you have a very, very good experience. Are you cut out to be a landlord? Why don't you have a good say on it? Because
Um,
when you started, you were not a landlord.
See, it's a skill,
Okay.
and no, I don't think anyone is cut out to be a landlord unless they have seen it in their family or have worked as a superintendent or have seen things closely.
Mhm,
Um, so that's one.
mhm.
Even if you know everything about being a landlord, it still takes 3 to 4 years to fully perfect your landlord rental system.
You have to
Because
enter into the swimming pool, yes.
yes, you exactly, you have to enter into the swimming pool, and then you really have to like sort of dive in, and there are times you make mistakes,
Mhm.
um but you learn from them, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And there are times you end up in courts
Okay.
for.
And my main thing would be sit down with someone who has been renting it out. That would be step number one. There are numerous resources these days we should go through. That would be my second walkthrough. The third thing I would say is go and attend a few landlord and tenant board hearings once they start. In COVID, they are not there, I don't think so. And the next one is have a lawyer or a paralegal on board with you in order to go for it. So when you have gone through 4 or 5 of them, you will have a very good idea where you are and where you're going. And then, Faisal, have you gone through one of those resources, which is like landlord self-help, frequently asked questions? Have you been on that website?
I have been on that website. It's a Toronto based website.
Yes. And
And
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead, and then I'll.
And I mean, it has enough number of resources on that website. Not everything applies to you, but a good chunk does. Um, so it's a great resource. I have read through some parts. Um, in all honesty, when I did receive that resource from you, I didn't fully pay attention to everything. And there were times when I made mistake. I wish I had read it carefully. But
Faisal, that particular website, they cover everything.
yeah,
Whatever comes in the head or whatever a question they may have received a query, they formulate an answer
yes,
and on experience. So it is someone who's gone through the whole 9 yards and they exactly know it, and then they did it.
yes,
It is an amazing list of queries and questions that you have there.
yes.
Okay, now this is their second one. Let me take you there to the second part. The second one is pay down personal debt. Give me one moment here. Let me take it over. So the second pointer is pay down your personal debt. I would imagine, I would say it in a different way, uh, and then I will have a take of your take on it, Faisal. From
Hmm.
my point of view, I would say if you can have access to the 6 months of
Hmm.
rental amount, you can have access. It is not that you need to have that much money in your pocket, but have an access like a line of credit or from family and friends. In case if something goes wrong, you can carry the mortgage for the next 6 months to 8 months. You should be fine. So now, what did he mean by paying down your personal debt? Can you have a thought process on that?
Pay down your personal debt is, line of credit, credit card. Basically, what the writer is saying is not have other monthly obligations.
Makes sense. And also, it will be helpful in order to procure a mortgage.
Yes.
Okay. So that is what is probably meant by. Do you want to add anything else till the time I take up the next one?
No, there's yeah, pay down your personal debt so you're not cash flow tight.
Okay.
That's what he means.
And the next one is, let me take you there. Secure a down payment. Uh, Now, what would that get into? Secure a down payment? Yes. I would say for a second property, how much is the minimum down payment that you would require?
10%
10% is the minimum.
minimum.
And in case, so securing that down payment, yeah. So if it's your first property, then you can get away with five, only up to $500,000. Otherwise, anything above than that, you require 10% anyway.
Absolutely.
So basically, what we are trying to do here is start with a 10% if you're trying to go for an investment property. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, is there any criteria by the banks that you can get away with 10, or you, if it's like a investment property, they look at it differently?
Um, first of all, yeah. So investment property is always looked at it differently because there is a different calculation for it. But yeah, first property can be 5% because of first time home buyers option.
Mhm.
Second property, you do need must 10%.
Second property, and what about in case if you're going for the third one?
Most likely 20%.
Most likely 20%. Okay, and that is there is nothing else apart from that.
No.
So and uh, so what exactly do they see? I mean, you have given 20% down, and then they see how much rental are you getting and things like that. Or what exactly is the things like?
Yeah, if you they're looking at what the going rent is. If you have if you have bought a property and you've also lined up a tenant, which is extremely rare, what is the tenant paying? Is the tenant paying too low, too high? Um, yeah, is the tenant there's many other factors to it.
Okay,
Um, but yeah, what is the tenant paying? Is that the market, and is it too high or too low?
okay. So those are some of the things that keep on going at the back. Okay. Let's see, Faisal, if I can get you to the next point. Find the right location. Okay, let's have a word on this particular one. The next is find the right location. Now, location in terms of that, it is good for renting it out because you used to look at it quite effectively on this particular.
Well, if you're looking to rent a property,
Mhm.
the the goal is different than owning a property for yourself.
Okay,
So it has to be convenient for um, the possible tenant.
okay.
So is there, you know,
Walking distance, what are you looking? TTC, walking
walking
distance.
distance? There's so many things. Is it inside so much that on a snowy day they would have a hard time getting out there? Um, is TTC close? Is there a train? Is there a bus? How far away is it from the central part? Um, yeah, so much more. Is Do they have to go to the coin laundry close by to do their laundry, or is it inside the house? How convenient is it? Are they sharing with multiple other people? Many other aspects. But yeah, those are some of the few ones.
Okay, let's head over to the next one. Give me one moment here. Right location. Okay, Faisal, this is, I don't think so. This one will be valid, but let's have a discussion. Should you buy or refinance? Yes, if you have all the funds, buy. Now, let me have a discussion of this one or finance. What would you suggest? Let's say, suppose someone has the whole cash. Okay,
Mhm.
should they be buying it outright and then taking home equity line of credit down the line, or should they be financing it? Let's have on this particular topic.
See, financing. So, if you buy cash and you're looking for a line of credit, there's different sets of questions to answer.
Okay,
If you're looking for a mortgage at the time of purchase, that's different set of questions to answer.
okay.
There's really no difference
Hmm.
other than that.
Hmm.
Um, but those are two. The questions are different, the reasons are different.
Okay,
And is it principal residence or a rental property? That's another thing.
that's another aspect of it. Okay. Uh, but like, let's just suppose someone is having a trouble in getting the approval and things like that,
Mhm.
and he goes and buys it out all cash, and then refinancing should be easy. Yeah.
It's a little
Or,
bit
or home
easy.
equity line should be easy.
It's a little bit easier because there is no hard deadline.
Okay.
Because when you do a purchase, there is a hard deadline.
Mm-hmm.
There's a deadline to meet. But other than that, there's really no difference.
Otherwise, there's no difference. Okay. Let's head over to the next one, and that would be beware of higher interest rate. Give me 1 second here. Let me get this one. Beware of the high interest rates. What do you have to say on that particular? Is the when you are trying to do a rental property, is the interest rate high?
Yes,
Really?
a little
So,
bit different. Yes.
okay. So, and what is the best rates that we can get today if I'm trying to do a regular purchase?
Um, there's many of them.
Okay.
I will look
What's your best at
in
the moment?
today's email. Yes.
Okay. Just when we are here. So,
Yeah.
how much is the difference between the regular interest rate and once you try to do the rental interest?
Usually just 20 basis points.
So 1.5 or 1.7, those are the
Yes,
difference.
those are
Not
the two
not that
numbers.
much. I mean, like it's not 1 point difference.
No,
Why would like they try to keep this different?
it's a different sort of investment.
Okay, so it's much more riskier.
There is a little bit of higher risk.
But the thing is that when you are taking more down payment, doesn't that mitigate something of this?
So it depends, but it also, the down payment, the higher down payment does not mean there is cash flow.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. And the risk factor is, but sometimes I've seen that they also try to add the existing property with a new rental property. Is that right?
Sometimes that does happen.
Not
Rare
not
cases.
always. Huh?
Rare cases.
Rare cases. So they will try to amalgamate both of them so
Yes.
that they're much more safer and secure. Okay. Let me head over to the next pointer here. Calculate your margins. Absolutely. And go through the details of making sure you understand each and every part of it, and that is what it is. Uh, when don't keep the margins very tight because make sure at times, most of the times, you might even have to put some of your funds in order to run the rental. What do you have to say on that? You've had a good experience on that one. Yes,
Yes.
Faisal.
Be ready to put some money, funds of your own to make it run.
And you have done that many times. Is that right?
Yes, I have.
And is it? Have you ever broken even also?
I have.
Okay,
And I've been in a little bit of loss and I've also been in a little bit of profit, all three stages.
all three stages. But which one is more like more common?
Normal,
Hmm.
mostly break even.
Mostly breaking even.
Yeah.
And so you're taking that much of a risk and you're breaking even. What keeps on going?
You're really counting on the equity.
Really count on the equity. And in case if the equity goes south, then you are toast.
Then it's a problem.
Then it's a problem. But in this particular market, it is good to have something there.
Yes.
Now, so when he's meaning with uh, calculate your margins, what exactly would he be thinking about?
Sorry.
Calculating your margin, that means uh, be from my point of view, be prepared to shell out some dollars from your pocket every
When calculating the margin, you want to make sure you're doing the entire math, going backwards as to you've got principal and interest mortgage payment. People like there are times landlord forgets to count that
okay,
there's property taxes to be paid,
okay,
there's condo fees to be paid,
okay,
there's you know any other fee to be paid, like property manager or something. All
okay.
those things you really have to count.
And these surprise renovations.
Yes.
Okay. And so that is where things can go absolutely bonkers. Okay. Now the next one is okay. This is I may not do we have some invest in a landlord insurance? Do we have something of that sort?
There is house insurance that you can say that I am renting. But other than that, I've not heard of any other insurance. Like house insurance where you disclose that you are a landlord.
Okay, so you should disclose that, but there is nothing called landlord insurance.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so it will be in the interest of the people here who are trying to be the next landlord. Go through and review this particular article and see if any landlord insurances, because we do not have much of the input on this one, and maybe there is something in the market, and we can always look into it. Okay, now let's go through the next one. Factor in unexpected cost. Absolutely, factor in unexpected cost. How much do you keep for unexpected cost?
I would say about $1,000.
$1,000. That's it.
That's good. $1,000 can manage anything small. If there is anything big, you
So you
that's
basically like pocket change. You're talking.
$1,000 for some most people. It's difficult to have available overnight in 24 hours, cash out.
No, that is. I mean, that is my strong suggestion. Before you start with it, there should be a place where you can have 6 months of rental amounts, uh, so that you can have access to it. Because anything can go wrong.
Yes.
And next one is avoid a fixer upper. Fazil, that may not work for me. I mean, I look for fixer uppers only. What do you have to say on that? Avoid the fixer upper.
Well, I kind of agree with the writer there too, because when you have a fixer upper, there's always complaint about this is not working, this is not working, that's not working, that's not working.
Oh, okay. So you are talking about a fixer upper, and a fixer upper has been rented out.
Yes,
Because if you
like
pick up a fixer upper and you fix it, then it's all done.
Yes, if you fix it and rent it, fine. But if you pick it up, you do a little bit of jugglery work, and you rent it, you're going to keep getting calls, and they become annoying very soon.
Okay, so that is the difference what we are sharing here. Okay, calculate operating expenses. 100% you have to make sure you know all the property taxes, you know all the utilities, you know about the home insurance, and you should keep some money for maintenance and repairs and have operating expenses. They will all form part of the operating expenses. Go ahead, Faisal, what do you need to add to?
No, it's pretty true that to have operating expenses in line, calculate everything.
Okay, we are at number 11, so give me another few minutes and I will try to wrap it up today with this particular one because uh, nothing is working properly today. Determine your return. Okay, Faisal, determining your return. I don't think so. There is any return. You are basically going to go even, or you're going to go put money from your pocket, and it is only the equity after 1 or 2 years. Now, Faisal, walk me through here because even after 1 or 2 years, let's say suppose you have made a very good money, there is capital gains. How do you address that?
Well, capital gains is only on 50%. So you're paying taxes on the 50%. The rest of the 50% is still not taxed.
Okay, so let's say suppose you have you made 200k, 100k on 100k you're paying the tax,
Yes.
and how much will 100k? Almost 50% of that.
Depends on what your income lands, but safely it's good to consider, let's say, 50%.
Further, in a rental one, are you able to write off some things?
Some things, yes, but when you have like neck to neck, not too much. When you just have enough to cover expenses, not a whole lot of room exists to write off.
Now, when you say you can write off some things, what exactly are you meaning?
You can write off your interest on the mortgage, you can write off the handyman work as long as there's some invoice, some supplies
Hold
you've
on.
spent.
Faisal, interest on the mortgage you can write from,
Yes, it's an expense to hold the property.
and that's a huge sum.
That is a good chunk, yes.
So it is like the same, similar to the US ones. Is that right?
I'm not sure fully about US. I don't know their tax laws. But yeah, you write off the interest, you write off, you did some work around the house and
I mean, let's say suppose someone has a per month mortgage of around 3,000. I would say, if I'm not wrong, around more than 2,500 goes for interest,
yeah,
and you can write that out.
yes, you can.
That is a game changer.
Yes,
Have you done that?
yes.
So that is where the real meat is.
Well, I'm not sure if I will say that because the money is just enough. To be honest, you working as a landlord on your property isn't even paid much to you. Yes, you get paid in the equity at the end, but if the property drops value,
You're close to them. Yeah, that is for sure.
it's a huge risk.
So in the end, what would you say? I mean, it is good to go for it or not to go for it?
Um, See, it all depends on the client's one, the risk tolerance, two, how much time do they have? Can they even manage a property?
Okay.
Like, for example, there are clients I have
Hmm.
that travel for work.
Okay.
If you're traveling for work and if you want to buy a rental property, you need a property maintenance company
Okay.
because if, let's say, basement starts leaking,
Hmm.
you cannot handle.
Hmm.
You're not in town.
Makes sense. Okay, let's so we have determined your return. So basically, it is only in the equity that you are getting the returns. Otherwise, you're not making much sense out there. Is that right?
Exactly.
Buying a low cost home. There is no low cost home here in the market, sir. What do you have to say on that, Faisal? Buying a low cost home, there is nothing there. So
Oh,
the market has completely changed. So basically, we are like uh, do your best and try to remain in the vicinity of where you live so you can handle and manage it properly. What do you have to say
e-
to that?
exactly.
Otherwise, it can become a nightmare to handle.
Absolutely.
Know your legal obligations. Absolutely a must because you have to make sure it is legal basements and you have legal or documents and you have the proper insurances accordingly. What do you have to add to this? Know your legal obligation. What is you want to meaning with that?
Well, there meaning as a landlord, what are you expected to do by law?
Okay, okay. So just make sure you're on the right side of the law
Yes.
and just go through your legal obligation completely.
Yeah.
Wonderful, Faisal. Okay, let's see what is the last one. Give me a moment here. Let me go there. And with that, weigh the risk and the rewards. Okay, now he has given a few of the risks and a few of the rewards there. And that is where he concludes. But in the end, the basic thing here is he like uh, Faisal, in the end, you've been doing it for a while. Is it worth doing it?
It's a lot of work.
It is not a work. It is almost like running a parallel income,
I
second
would
income.
say it's a part-time job
It's a
on top of your full-time job.
full time job plus part time job. So being a landlord, you now have a part time job,
Part-time, yeah.
which
If you
can
have one
which
property,
can
it's
at times change to a full time.
yes.
So if you are running a full time job, 9 to 5, and you would like love to have a part time job, go for it.
Y-
And are there rewards in the end?
being a landlord is has some satisfaction to it. There's some ugly parts, but there are some very good parts as well.
Okay, how long have you been now doing it?
Since 2009.
2009, so almost 12 years, huh?
Yes.
And what do you would say yourself? You've become a pro now?
The world keeps evolving. I would say I know good amount.
Okay.
I have very good amount of knowledge.
Mhm.
I can continue. Yeah, I can. I would say I'm definitely in the pro section.
Okay.
Um,
Much
but
better.
I'm
Much
yeah,
better than last time.
yeah.
Awesome. Faisal, that brings us to the end of this particular one. And I would like to take call it off today as we are struggling even with the PowerPoint presentation and everything else. And even we could not have his picture or you couldn't see him video. We just had to hear his voice. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I will postpone the article review that for next time. And there is some major glitch which is just not letting us put it together. So, with a big excuse, kindly, and we will be there in 2 weeks' time again. And I hope we will be able to put it much better for next time. And we are again sorry for the glitches today. We are encompassing and go ahead, Faisal. You would like to add anything to it?
Thank you very much, audience, for being here. And our apologies. The technology is not cooperating.
I appreciate, Faisal, all your time, and I'm really sorry I couldn't put you for this play. Your video wasn't working. I couldn't get that started. We had your audio only, and I hope the audiences can give us a break on that one, and we'll try to put it all together next time. Thank you
Thank
again,
you.
Faisal. Thank you very much for your time, and
Have a good night.